Hey guys, Mark here. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to tie the Flores button knot. The Flores button knot is basically a knot that looks like a pineapple knot, but it is tied in a different way. This is because it is tied onto a 5-part 6-bight Turk's head, which you cannot interweave using your regular pineapple knot technique. This knot can be used on handles for making whips or various other items, and it can also be tightened around spherical objects to decorate them. This knot is also covered in a variety of books, such as Bruce Grant's Encyclopedia and also Tom Hall. I am going to demonstrate the technique that was introduced by Tom Hall, since I think it is a bit easier. So with that said, let's get started. So here you can see a Flores button knot tightened around a spherical object, and it does indeed look like a pineapple knot. We're going to start by making a base knot, which is going to be a 5-part 6-bight Turk's head, which we start by going around our mandrel, then under the standing end. We wrap around again, this time going over the standing end. Here. And with our working end, we're now going to go to the right side, under over. We're now going to take our right cord and place it over the left, and then use our working end to go to the left side, under over. With this we have tied a 3-part 4-bight Turk's head, and if we placed our working end next to the standing end, we would complete the knot. We are instead going under the standing end, and we're going to expand it into a 5-part 6-bight Turk's head. So under the standing end, then follow your standing end, going under over, and then under the standing end. We're going to follow our standing end again, going under over, and then under the standing end, like this. We're going to continue and come over the standing end, and then we're going to split the 2 parallel cords that we set up in the previous pass. We're going to start with an under, then an over, then an under and over. We're then going to split another pair of parallel cords, starting with an under, then an over, under, and over. With this we have tied a 5-part 6-bight Turk's head, and we're now just going to place our working end next to the standing end, and we have completed our base knot. We're now going to start adding an interweave. We're going to start our interweave on the left side of the standing end, going under 2, over 1, then under 2. When you're pulling out your cord, be sure that it stays in the lane it should be in, tends to slip a bit. We're now going to continue going under 2, over 1, under 2 again, using the same sequence we used before. We're going to do the same sequence one more time, going under 2, over 1, then under 2. We're now going to switch up the sequence a little bit by going under 3. So under 3, then over 1, and under 2. Again, it is very important that you make sure that your cord stays in its lane and doesn't slip out when you're pulling it out. We're going to repeat the same sequence one more time, going under 3, then over 1, and under 2. We're now going to go under 4, over 1, under 2. And one more time, using the same sequence, we're going to go under 4, over 1, and under 2. Now we're going to go in a bit of a different sequence again, going under 4, then over 2, under 2. And we're going to repeat the same sequence one more time, going under 4, over 2, and then under 2. We have now come to our final sequence, which is going to be an under 4, then over 2, then under, over, and then under. And again, going under 4, over 2, then under, over, and under. We are now at our last pass, and we're going to go again under 4, over 2, then under 1, over 1, under 1. And with this we have tied our Flores button knot. All there's left to do is to finish the end, which is placed on top of our standing end. Like this. And that completes our Flores button knot. It will now need some tightening up to look proper. So guys, thank you for joining me in this tutorial. I don't think it was terribly complicated and it does produce a great looking knot. Thank you and see you next time.